There are many things that make Richard Nielsen deserving of being a pillar of the Utah Valley.
He's done some things that have changed the face of healthcare, that have changed the face of education, and so many people have no clue about how he has impacted our local community and beyond.
Rick is a visionary. He's an idea man. He comes up with lots of ideas, some good, some bad.
He does things that nobody thinks about, and then once they're done, they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that?
It was his passion, it was his vision to start a medical school in Provo, and he has put his heart and soul into Rocky Mountain University and the Nordic College of Osteopathic Medicine.
What he has accomplished in his life is more than most people could ever dream of doing with 15 teams.
He is kind of superhuman.
There is somebody on the outside who is cool, calm, and collect, and on the inside is running 200 miles an hour.
The guy doesn't sleep. He needs no sleep whatsoever. He goes running at night or early in the morning and gets all kinds of work done before most of us are even out of bed.
My dad was born in 1951 in Spanish Fork, Utah, and he was the youngest of 4 kids. His parents got divorced at a young age, and his mom had to work 2 or 3 jobs to support the kids as a single mom.
His mother had a tremendous impact on him.
And because he was the youngest, there were a lot of times when he did not see her for days at a time because she would just go from one job to the next job to the next job, and then he was going to school and then sleeping. And so that's really what kind of, I think, initiated him starting to get up early in the morning, because that was the one opportunity he had to be with his mother.
And he frequently points back to his mother as the role model for what his life looks like today.
And it's interesting because the advice that he was given, especially from his mother, like, don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do what you want to do. He has had those kinds of obstacles put in front of him time after time after time. When he decided he wanted to be a physical therapist, he had a professor that said, you'll never make it. Choose something else, like you won't be good at it. And yet he persisted and eventually became the chief physical therapist for the Navy, for the United States.
And as such, he supported Congress, the Supreme Court, the White House. So he was at the top of the pecking order as far as physical therapists in the Navy.
And then after he retired from the military, moved back to Salem, Utah. And that's when the dream was kind of starting to build Rocky Mountain University.
When President Nielsen had the vision of Rocky Mountain University of Health Professions, he started it from scratch.
It was a startup. They didn't have funding at all.
They really had limited resources. They had limited understanding of the academic community, but he knew he had a product to offer individuals to not only elevate them, but to elevate healthcare education.
We didn't have any clue what we were doing, and we had tough times. We had at least 10 years where neither Rick nor I took a salary. We had to refinance property, use credit cards to pay bills.
But they believed in it because of their passion for quality healthcare education. One of the biggest challenges that we faced at Rocky Mountain University were the naysayers, especially trying to create a university using a unknown academic model at the time. A lot of people said, you can't do this. You can't teach this way. We don't know how to accredit this.
He developed Rocky Mountain University to be both virtual and on-site program that was revolutionary. Now everybody's doing it.
And so he changed the paradigm of higher education.
Well, the model of Rocky Mountain University is fantastic. It allows an individual, say you're a nurse in Chicago and you want to maintain your job because it's a great job and you love it, but you can come to Rocky Mountain University and enhance your skill set and your credentialing and training through Rocky Mountain. So what it means is, the evenings you're doing classes, you're learning things online, and then you come into Provo for a few days each semester. Well, that's an economic engine to Provo City, because those are hotel room nights, those are restaurants being filled. So we generate in the millions of dollars of economic development value to the city of Provo every year.
This year celebrates the 25th anniversary of the founding of Rocky Mountain University of Health Professions. And in that 25 years, he also saw a need for another institution, and so he started the Nordic College of Osteopathic Medicine. It's remarkable within such a short window that he has been able to create from scratch 2 viable, accredited, renowned universities.
I mean, he pulls off stuff that I had never, ever thought would happen. I think in starting the Rocky Mountain University of Health Professionals, I think he was told on 3 separate occasions by the board, the State Board of Utah, sorry, you can't start a university. He would say, oh, I guess you're not the person I need to be talking to. When he knows in his heart it needs to happen, it happens.
He would tell me some outrageous goal that he was going to do or accomplish. And I would say, okay, great, that's great, Richard. Good luck. And then he would do it. And then on my next visit, he would give me some new outrageous goal that he was going to do and accomplish. And I soon learned never to discount anything he told me he was going to do, and just to take it to the bank that if he saw it, he could conceive it and he could do it.
People matter most to him. He sees a need and he works diligently to fill that need.
Because of Rick, Rocky Mountain University has started clinics that provide free physical therapy.
There's an optometry clinic, a rehab clinic, a speech and language pathology clinic, and they're in the process of building another multidiscipline clinic that is intended to serve those people and communities who are under-resourced. He was a part of Operation Smile in the very, very beginning stages. He knew the founders and was a part of a number of medical missions with them. And then he co-founded an organization called Reach the Children, where they were doing continuing work, humanitarian work in Africa. And I was a part of that for a short time, and then we started another foundation together because that's who he is.
And Rick will be the first one to tell you that a lot of his success has a lot to do with Jody.
I think all of the incredible accomplishments that we're recognizing at this gala event are a result of both of them. They are a remarkable team.
So World of Difference, it really was created by him and his wife Jody and Kindy, his daughter, and they very quickly integrated RMU with World of Difference for clinicians and students, and has taken over hundreds of students to go and be a part of kind of cultural exchanges, clinical exchanges, building that connection that the world is much smaller than we think and that we're all connected.
And he just believes that everybody's got something to give, and he's willing to give them that opportunity.
Rick, you are a true pillar.
You deserve this and 1,000-fold more for the gifts that you've given so many of which are not known.
You're an inspiration to us all.
I'm so blessed to be your child and to be someone who wants to be just like you, even now. Thank you for being who you are and for shining your light to the world, and especially to me.
Ranger, you've worked hard for a long time. You've given your all, you've given your heart, and I'm so happy that so many other people get to know the Ranger Rick that I know, because you're incredible.